Hmm. Okay, because you were pretty small, right? You know. Okay. What about you? What about your habits in the past? About in the childhood, right? Most of the
When I
time in the
was
childhood.
when I was a kid, I would
Uh-huh.
watch stuff.
You were,
I would
yeah, you're right. You
I
would
would
watch,
I
yeah,
would watch
because yeah,
I
right.
would watch
Mhm. Go ahead, right, yeah, good.
cartoons. Cartoons.
You would watch cartoons. What cartoons would you watch? Bless you. Yeah. What cartoons would you watch? Like, what? Bless you. You know, uh, like, yeah, don't be sick because it's it's the time. Yeah, nowadays it's pretty dangerous when you because of this situation. We know that's that situation. Yes. So because of this, mm, disaster going on in our world. What was your favorite cartoon
My favorite
when you were a
cartoon
kid,
was
or maybe still now? It is
SpongeBob.
SpongeBob. What about now? Still now is your favorite?
Yes.
Okay, okay. Why do you like him? Why do you like SpongeBob?
Because he's funny.
He's funny. Okay. Uh, what about you?
When I was
What about
child,
your childhood memories? Yes.
when I was child, I would uh, play football every day.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, every day.
You play football.
Yes,
Only play football?
yes, because we had only football ball,
Oh,
so
only football.
yes.
Okay. You didn't have other stuff, like
Yes.
only football. Oh, okay. Okay, I got it. Okay, yeah. Now let's look at exercise 4, right, which is on the page 52. Yes. And here's given some sentences, and we're gonna read them, and we're gonna look at this bold things. And did these things in the bold happen later or before or in the same time? Let's try to identify these things and the time they happened. Okay, what about the first one? Yeah, somebody, let's start.
I knew my boyfriend would be late for the party.
Okay, what about these things? When these things happened? Later, before, or at the same time? Would be late. Would be late.
Wait.
Mhm.
At the same time as me.
At the same time as in you, yes. It's happened at the same time. It definitely didn't happen later. Because would we don't use with the activities which happen later, right? Yeah, not before. So the same time as we knew, right? What about two?
I knew he was waiting for a taxi.
Mhm.
Before I knew.
I knew he was waiting for a taxi before. It happened, yeah. It's happened before, not later. Before you knew. Okay. What
I
about three?
knew he missed the bus.
Mm-hmm. He had missed the bus.
Or he had missed the bus.
What about that one?
At the same time as I knew. Cause
You sure?
no. Later that I knew.
Later.
Later.
Why it has happened later?
Because типа он don't know how to say it.
It means that this person
Mhm.
went to the bus stop maybe later, and he had missed the bus because bus had gone already,
Yes.
right? Before, like already had gone, right? Already went, yeah. So, yeah, okay. What about 4?
I knew he was going to bring a surprise present. Before.
So I knew he was going to bring a surprise present. Yes, before. So he was going to bring. It's like future and the past, but he was going to bring a surprise, but maybe he didn't. You know, it's like plan in the past. It means it was his plan in the past to bring a present, but maybe he didn't realize this plan. Maybe it could be broken, yes? Maybe he didn't do that, right? Okay, what about 5?
I knew she liked parties.
Yeah. Definitely.
Where?
Sure. Oh, okay. Just 1 minute. Right. That door, right? Yeah. This one. This one. Open. Sorry. Okay. And
Before I knew.
before I knew. Okay. Okay. Now let's open our language choice. On page 16, you have language choice. So it's for you. Using these cues, let's finish the sentence in 2 different ways. We have to use the cues and would or was going to. For example, when my grandmother was 10, she didn't know that war would break out soon. War was going to break out soon. Yes? So, but the war, let's put it, the war would break out soon, right? So it means that you have to in 2 different ways, yes? And for example, the war was going to break out, right? So, like, was going to break out. Do you know what does break out mean?
Закончится? Разгореться?
Yes, break out is like started, was going to start, right? So using these cues and the would and was going to, yes, you have to finish the sentences in 2 different ways. What about 2? You have the accident that summer. It's on page 16 in our, yeah, and
She was going to bring
so it's like when my mother was 10, she didn't know that it's connected to the grandmother actually, yes? I mean, each sentence related to the grandma, right? So when my grandmother was 10, she didn't know that she would, in 2 ways. You have to do this. Like, war would break out soon, war was going to break out. So the same. You have to finish in 2 different ways using this cues and using would or was going to, you know, like.
she would have an accident in summer. She was going to have an accident in summer.
She was going to have an accident, and she would, and she was going to have, and what? She would have, right? So she was going to have an accident, and what else? What would the second way? She would have, right? She would have an accident, right? Yeah, two ways. Yeah. So you're doing this in two ways. Yeah, she was going to have and she would have an accident. Right? Yeah. Yeah.
Her sister would be born in the next year. Her sister was going to be going to be born in the next year.
It was going to be born, and the second way,
her sister would be born in the next year.
yeah, good job. Yes. Okay. What about 4?
When my grandmother was 10, she didn't know that her brother was going to run away from home.
And the second way, because you have to do it in different ways. Okay. What about the second way?
She didn't know that her brother would run away from home.
Would run away from home, right? Okay. Yeah, good.
She was going to get him short stories for her birthday. She would get a book of short stories for her birthday.
Okay.
Her family would move to a big city. Her family was going to move to a big city.
Was going to move to a big city, and the second way?
Her family would move to a big city.
Good. Yes. Great.
When my grandmother was 10, she didn't know that she would become a writer. When my grandmother was 10, she didn't know that she was going to become a writer.
She was going to become a writer, or what about second way?
Я уже сказала.
Would become, right? Okay, great, yeah. Okay, what about the next one?
She was going to write a book about her childhood. She would write a book about her childhood.
She would write a book about her childhood. Okay, great. Okay, yeah. Okay, let's go back to our page 52. Yes. And here's giving some more activities on our time references. And let's do exercise 5. Yes. Here's given 4 sentences for us, and we're gonna complete each sentence with the correct form of the verbs. You know, with the correct, like laugh, maybe would laugh or was going to laugh. You know, I mean live. Okay. So, yeah, what about the first one?
First sentence, I would say that they had lived in large families.
They had lived. But others think things the same. Had lived.
Would live, maybe.
Would live.
Live?
Why do you think it is would live?
Because it
Why
was in the past, maybe it's a child. Maybe I don't know.
You mean it happened in their childhood?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So like the fact that they live in large families, would live in large families. Oh, yeah. Would is also possible to use here, right? Would live. It's like about their childhood memories. Yes. Actually, it could be their childhood memory, right? Okay. What about 2?
children were aware that they was going to,
They were.
they were going to
They were going to.
right to have to care of their parents one day.
Right. Okay. What about 3? Yeah. Good. Good job. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, sorry. I forgot a little bit about you. So just okay, yeah.
Life was predictable. People knew what they do. I don't know.
Okay, let's do it together.
They knew. I know that when they it will be were getting old. We're going to get old. What they do when they were going to get old.
Okay. So let's do it together. Let's do this sentence. Life was predictable. People knew what they
Do.
just do.
Yes, because in the second we will use going to.
They were.
Going to get old.
But what about that? Do or did or? Because here we are talking about.
Did.
When we talk,
No.
you talk about past. We are talking about past, right? Here, and because about Rosette's life, I guess it's about their life. A life was predictable. People knew what they did. Okay. Did, it means, is it in the past or it has happened before in the past? Let's think about that.
Ну, по идее, это перед тем, как они постарели.
Actually, it's happened before, right? So if it's happened before, what we are gonna use?
Past,
What they had done, right? Not the had done. Had done what they had done, and the second part and the next part in our sentence is going to get old, right? It's going to get old. Okay. Okay. What about 4? What about 4? Everyone
knew what the day before. Everyone knew what had happened the day before.
What had happened the day before? Okay. So 6. In this activity, here's came the text about grandfather, somebody's grandfather, and his short biography. Yes. And now we're gonna fill in the gaps with the correct form of our past. Yeah. Okay. Who's gonna start? No, sorry. Well, let's start, I guess.
My grandfather was born in a small village in Poland. His family lived